that I know that when Eric goes down to Richmond, as he will, that he will stand up for the kids, that he will stand up for education, and that he will stand up for those things that will enable Southside Virginia, Franklin County, Pittsylvania County, Floyd, the town of Rocky Mount, to share in the prosperity of this great Commonwealth. Please join me in welcoming the next delegate from the 9th House of Delegates District in Virginia, Eric Ferguson.
Thank you all so much for coming out today. It's a great privilege and a pleasure for me to announce that I'm seeking election to the Virginia House of Delegates from the 9th District, representing Franklin, Pittsylvania, and Floyd counties. And I'm excited about the opportunity to take some fresh ideas and an objective attitude to Richmond on behalf of this part of Southside and Southwest Virginia. I, like all the other speakers here today, want to thank you. I appreciate Adam Tomer coming up from Danville. I look forward to Adam. Adam's running for the House of Delegates in Danville and a portion of Pittsylvania County, and we appreciate that and look forward to working with him. I'm also thankful that Brian came down. Brian was a big help and a big inspiration to me 2 years ago, and he went above and beyond the call of duty, coming down to help me and support me. And I also thank Ward for his help, and I'm excited about Ward being the new Democratic leader in the House of Delegates, and I look forward to working with both he and Brian in the House of Delegates. I'm proud to have my wife Sue, my daughter Nora, and my parents and my sister and her husband here with me today. My daughter Morgan is a freshman at Longwood University and could not be here today, but I couldn't take this campaign on without their help and support. And as they said, how about those kids? They did a wonderful job leading the Pledge of Allegiance, and I think we ought to thank them for that. As Ward said, that's what it's all about, because after all the party squabbling and the political rancor ends, they are the very reason that we are here. It's my hope and desire that over the coming years we can work all together to make Virginia a better place for our families, a place where great job opportunities abound, a place where safe roads and efficient means of transportation are expected, a place where future generations are not saddled with debt incurred to meet the needs of today, and a place where we're not afraid to offer a hand to help up those less fortunate than we are. In order to accomplish all of this, all of us, Democrat and Republican, rural Virginian and urban Virginian, fortunate and unfortunate, must come together for the good of the Commonwealth. And under the leadership of Governor Tim Kaine, Delegate Brian Moran, Delegate Ward Armstrong, and Senator Roscoe Reynolds, we're making great strides. And I want to be a part of that team and work for the citizens of Franklin, Floyd, and Pittsylvania counties in the Virginia House of Delegates. With your support, I will help restore fiscal responsibility to all facets of state government by changing our attitudes and our policy from one of borrow and spend to pay as you go. It is absolutely irresponsible and immoral to saddle future generations with the problems that we choose not to deal with today. I will work with Governor Kaine in his efforts to move our focus from competence in public education to excellence in the classrooms. I support continued evaluations of our teachers to ensure quality instruction, and I support paying our teachers for the quality that they bring to our classrooms. We must work to expand pre-kindergarten classes to help prepare our younger citizens to deal more effectively with their years in school. I'll participate in efforts to improve the quality and access to health care for all Virginians. I believe we need to work with small businesses in their efforts to provide health care to their employees. Our citizens should not have to choose between their doctor and their dinner. I will devote my energy to ensuring that rural Virginia does not lose out on our share of transportation dollars. I applaud Governor Kaine's amended transportation plan, which does what the legislature was unable to do: provide funding for primary and secondary roads in rural Virginia. The 9th District lies in the Salem Transportation District, where we lead the state in deficient primary road miles, and we're second in the state in deficient secondary road miles. We must receive the funds necessary to make routes 8, 40 and 57 and others as safe as possible and capable to handle the increased demand on use. I also want to congratulate the governor on insisting that a lockbox be implemented for new transportation revenues. Under this proposal, if transportation funds are diverted to other sources, then the revenues cease. This is the kind of accountability that we need to have in state government. I will also support a living wage for hard-working Virginians who care for their families, act responsibly, and still struggle to make their ends meet in difficult economic times. I also look forward to working with those who are fighting to preserve our open spaces, our farms, our forests. We must be good stewards of what God has blessed us with, and preserving the natural beauty of our district and our state are the very least that we can do. We must work to keep the waters of Smith Mountain clean for future generations and safe for us to enjoy today. You know, these are exciting times in Virginia. We must continue to make every effort possible to build a strong and educated workforce in our district. Interestingly, Virginia was recently designated as America's most friendly business state. Many years of work in keeping our taxes as low as possible, perfecting human resources, preserving a favorable labor climate, and strengthening our infrastructure were some of the factors that were important in gaining that designation. This was accomplished by the hard work and commitment of all of our leaders, Democrat and Republican alike. No one group did it on their own, and the point is that when we work together, we can succeed. I will work for educating and training our workforce so that we can meet the demands of higher technology and a global economy. By working together on these issues, which are important not only to the 9th District, but to the entire Commonwealth, we can maintain our fiscal standing amongst the states and in the eyes of the business world. We can build and keep the finest public education system in the world. We can maintain a health care system that is second to none. We can provide a safe and economic transportation system that will not place the very vitality of our Commonwealth in jeopardy. We can provide a workforce to meet the demands of a world market, and we can preserve the natural beauty of our fair land for generations to come. That, my friends, is people, not politics, and that's what this campaign is about. Today, I'm a candidate for the Virginia House of Delegates. With your support and your vote, I will be a strong voice and advocate for the people of Southside and Southwest Virginia. We can win this seat for the people. Thank you again for coming out today. We have just under 8 months in order to gain this victory in the Virginia House of Delegates. If you will work hard for me during these next 7.5 months, I promise to work hard for you when I get to Richmond. Thank you for coming. I would appreciate your vote and support and look forward to seeing you over the next several months.